know it's been a minute, guys. We back. I got sick again. Shout out to all the pros that hit me up and were checking up on me. But we're back. The Olympia just happened. And it's going to be the end to the 2023 season. Obviously, there's still some more shows, but those are going for the 2024 Olympia. But let's get right into this, right? We got a lot to talk about, so I want to get into everything. So let's start. I'm going to start here with the third callouts, right? We're going to work in reverse order, right? So here's the third callouts. We have Drew Cullen, Emmanuel Costa, Ishmael Dominguez, Victor. I can't remember his last name. Daniel Amons. Dude from Brazil, can't remember his name. Mario Fiola, Jason Hune, and Ben Quill, right? So that's all we got in the callouts, third callouts. That's Drew to switch with the Brazilian. In the center, I have Jeremiah Maxey on the end too. Just noticed that. Asking Ishmael to switch with Victor. As Ben to switch with Mario. Manuel Costa switching with Jeremiah Maxey. How many they got in this call? They got 10, so right now they have Amon and Drew splitting center. Okay. So they ended that with Amon's and Drew ending center. I actually believe it was Ben and Drew splitting center at the very end, but on here they had Amon's and Drew. Either or, this is like the very edge of finishing top 16. And getting a placing. So all these guys looking forward, going to be absolute stunners at these shows moving forward for 2024. Let's go to the second callouts. In this one, we have Tarjo Grant, we have Andre Ferguson, we have Edvin Palmera, Vitor Chavez, Jeremy Potvin, Kaiki Pro, Carlos Oliveira, Jason Lee, and Arya Safai. Quick call out, but that's how that ended in the second call out. And then obviously we have the first call out. Where is I don't know where the first call out is, but here's 6 through 10, right? So here's 6 through 10. You have Diogo Montenegro, Jeremy Potvin, Kyron Holden, Vitor Chavez, Jeremy Buendia, and Corey Morris in that order. Not how they end up finishing, but that's how they are on stage right now. Potvin just looks like he needs to add a little more size. Because if you compare him to like Diogo just has a little bit more pop to him in the front, a little more fullness, right? So they move Corey and Diogo to the center. Corey was lights out. They moved Kyron in, Potvin out. And Diego just being able to come straight on really, really exposes a lot of people's front. Best back on the stage, easily, probably Corey. Yeah, easily Corey. Diogo's back's right there with him. But they only have him in the back for just such a little bit. Jeremy, look at Buendia trying to move in, trying to get that center. Buendia's got some wheels on him. I don't know if it's the shorts, but look at the legs on him, man. Vitor really brought it. I think last year he was 13th, so he moved up. Congratulations to him. And then so we have the final call out. Right here. This is at finals, right? So we have Emmanuel Hunter, Brandon Hendrickson, we have Ryan Terry, and we have Aaron Banks, the former champion, right? So those that don't know, prejudging, um, Ryan Terry and Brandon ended up splitting center. Terry ends up moving Aaron out, and Emmanuel Hunter stayed in that third, fourth spot the entire prejudging. Um, Emmanuel Hunter brought it, man. Completely peeled to the gills. Probably the best back on stage, to be honest with you. Um, but Ryan just brought it to this Olympia, man. The conditioning from the front to the back to the fullness to everything. It's a really complete men's physique look. Even the legs, crazy. So that was the top four, and right here we're gonna go to the winner as it's announced. You know, you have Diogo in fifth. They have Ebanks in third, Emmanuel Hunter in fourth, or I don't know, Diogo in fifth, Emmanuel Hunter in fourth, Ebanks in third, and then in original Mr. Olympia fashion, they bring the top two, and they announce the winner. And at this point, like I was working when this happened, so realistically, this could have went either way. Great sportsmanship out of Brandon. Brandon and Ryan have been battling it out for a while, for many years. You know, Terry's been in the game for 10 years. Brandon for multiple years as well. Um, Everyone congratulating Ryan, and it's one of those. It's been a long time coming, and it's just such a great feeling for Ryan Terry as a role model to the sport and to the division and everything that he's done. Never giving up, coming back even stronger, and showing that with consistency and dedication that you can get to where you need to, right? So congratulations to Ryan Terry on winning. Um, the Olympia honestly looked great. I want to go over his look against New York Pro, against his Olympia look. But for now, I want to go over everyone that placed and everything like that. So we're going to work our way up. Here we go. We got 15th, Arya Safai. He ended up being in that call out, and being on the outside and taking 15th. Arya is your Masters Olympia champion, right? He just got to bring up the back a little bit. His front's great conditioning, never misses on conditioning. But congratulations to Arya. We have Andre Ferguson taking 14th. I kind of was spot on. I thought he was going to finish 13th or 14th, to be honest with you. Dre's still one of the best men's physique competitors. Obviously, he's still placing in the division. He's winning shows. But he just doesn't have the same pop that he used to. And, that's why he's been dropping places at the Olympia. Joseph Lee, which I was honestly surprised at how good Joseph Lee looked, came in conditioned. He looks bubbly. But he's been, I think, 13 or 12 2 years ago at the Olympia. So congratulations to him on fighting and getting back in. His lines on his back were super nice. Rudelt's nice. She needs to be a little bit more wider. But congratulations to Joseph Lee. One that surprised me is Kaiki Pro. Some of these guys I have the routines and some of them I don't, depending on if they posted them when I was, gathering all the clips and everything. But I wonder what the feedback for Kaiki was, because at prejudging when I saw him, he looked lights out. Like, he looks on. The fullness, conditioning, like he looks money. Even his back, is a lot better. I think he probably could have posed it a little bit better, but it was at least posed this year, because last year he didn't pose his back, which hurt his placing, right? But Kaiki placing again at the O, always doing that. Then we have Edvin, who was fifth last year in the world. He drops down to 11th. And I think the critique on him is he's just too big. I've got a lot of messages and stuff like that from the pros and a lot of resources. He was coming in probably like 15 pounds over the limit. And even though the limit isn't in place right now, it definitely was in the back of the judges' minds moving forward. But Edvin looks good. Came in condition. Probably his best look, conditioning wise and muscle maturity wise and development. The problem is he just was too big for the division, which is rare. But there's a lot of people that can be too big for the division. So Edvin coming in 11th here. We have Potvin taking 10th, right? Congratulations to Potvin. Came back last year, tried the Chicago Pro, came in second, and then KU came back, wins the can't remember what show he won, but he wins a show. Obviously qualifies for the Olympia, and here he is coming top 10 at the Olympia. Congratulations to him. Now moving up the rankings, we have Vitor Chavez, who I just said earlier came 13th last year, I believe, right? Brought a great look, a lot of bubbliness. It's weird to say, but he reminds me a lot of Diogo, but just not as aesthetically pleasing to look at, right? Which is why he's just a little bit lower than Diogo. I think Diogo has a better overall physique. Vitor has a really, really good back. It's just his front is not up to par with his back, I would say. Needs a little bit more chest fullness. But congratulations to Vitor. Most winningest Olympia champ right here. We have Jeremy Buendia coming in 4th. This is his pre-judging routine, I believe, because he switched shorts at finals. It looks like he just spilled over a little bit, because he looks super full, but definitely soft, which was interesting that he came in 8th. But he looks great. His back looked great. I think he needs more density in his back because he definitely has the width. His rear delt's got to be brought up just a little bit as well. But coming in 8th is great after taking 5 years off. Very hard feat to do, especially when the division's always developing. So Jeremy takes 8th place in his debut. Not debut, but coming back. 7th, we have Kyron Holden, who just won Legion Sports. This was interesting to me that he took 7th because he did look good. He didn't look as good as Legion, I will say that. He looked better at Legion. Kyron's posing is super on point. One of the best posers in the division for sure. Even if he leaves and goes to Classic next year. But one of the best posers in the division. I know he's going to bring that flair to Classic when he goes to it. So, Kyron looking good. Looking on the money. 7th place. I couldn't find Corey's video, posing routine, but here's photos of Corey. Looked amazing. Front to back. I think this obviously was Corey's best look, and he keeps moving up in the Olympia placings. Next year, I can easily see him being in that top 5. He's probably going to run the circuit again, just to get that experience with cuts again and see how his body reacts to things. So we'll see how that happens. Diogo right here coming in 5th, dropping down from 3rd. E-Man moving up. I think he was 13 last year, or 14. But E-Man moving up the ranks, going to 4th, right? He just brought a crazy look. Like his conditioning, he looks great. He doesn't look too big. And what helps him a lot here is his back is just boom. Great lines, great density on his back. And it helps his front post too because his lats are so wide. Great rear delts. But congratulations to Emmanuel Hunter. Someone I've been talking to off and on, and really was upset that I couldn't cover Emmanuel earlier when I wasn't covering the sport as much and didn't get the coverage that I believed he deserved. And, I had him at 7. He came in fourth. I was probably one of the a few people that had him in that first call out. I just know him like from seeing him and everything he does. Like I just knew he was going to be in that first call out, man. I just knew it. Third, we have former Olympia champion Aaron Banks. He definitely brought a better look than Legion. He came in harder in the front. Um, his chest still was a little bit flat, and his back didn't have the pop it usually does, right? Aaron Banks usually has the best back on stage, but Emmanuel Hunter for sure had it this year. Yeah, just didn't have the pop. Still an amazing back. Obviously third in the world. But we know Aaron's gonna come back. You know he's gonna when he comes back he gonna talk his talk. You know how Aaron does. And we can't wait to see what's in store for him this year. I already know he said that he's not doing the Arnold 2024, which is interesting because he's the two-time champion in that. So we will see what he does. Who shows up there and who's going to take that title? Because I know Emmanuel Hunter's been there and Diogo's been there, so that'd be a great fight to see E-Man versus Diogo for that title. Um, we have second in the world again, and Brandon Hendrickson. Overall, great physique, man. This year he didn't do too much in his posing, which really helped him because last year he did a little too much. Um, but Brandon, from front to back, overall, very aesthetically pleasing physique, a lot of muscle, and it was close between him and Ryan, man. It's just, I think this year was Ryan's year, and I don't know if this will be Brandon's last year. You know, he said it was going to be. We'll see what happens with the weight cap and everything. But congratulations to Brandon, three-time Olympia champion. You know, taking seconds, still an accomplishment. You know, even though it's not the win for you, it's still very, very well accomplished to come in second and never outside the top five at the Mr. Olympia. So now I'm gonna bring up Ryan Terry. I'm gonna bring up both of his videos. So give me a second. I want to talk about this and compare his Olympia look to his New York Pro look, right? Because I haven't seen the comparison anywhere yet, and I want to compare it for myself. Wait, why can I only bring one up? Alright, in post editing, I'm gonna have to bring them both up at the same time, right? Because my computer's not letting me right now. So we're just gonna look at the Olympia one as I talk with you guys, but I want to compare them. Um, I'm gonna have them both up at the same time, and I'm not really gonna be able to talk over it, unfortunately, because I can't pull them up at the same time. But I think that Ryan had a very similar look to the New York Pro off first glance, right? I would say that he fixed his posing, his conditioning was on. I would say his back was, you know, probably more full at the Olympia. Look at the obliques, the abs. Like Ryan Terry just brought it, man. Look at the demand. Yes, money. Full chest, looks absolutely fantastic. And after 10 years, congratulations to Ryan Terry in winning the Mr. Olympia. Very, 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 very well deserved. I know a lot of people around the division are glad that you won. Not saying that somebody else they wouldn't have been glad. It's just huge role model to the division, and you've been in it for so long that people are glad to see someone like that win. So that's a top 15 at the Olympia. Crazy Olympia. Anybody with Aaron losing at Legion, the idea of anybody could win really could happen. Ryan really brought it, and you just could tell, in comparisons when they brought that first call out, you could just tell, man, he was on a different level. He was ready, and just big, big congratulations to Ryan Terry. And now, with the Olympia being done, we have the Arnold in 4 months. We have all these pro shows happening. My boy Drew is going to the Atlantic Coast Pro, try to get his early 2024 qualification. We already have some guys with their 2024 qualification. Medi has his. I believe Kaiki has his. The Romania Pros this weekend as well. So there's just a lot of guys that are already qualified. I think Emmanuel Emmanuel Walker's qualified. So men's physique doesn't stop, guys. This is not 24/7, but runs all year round, never stops. The Olympia is just the biggest one of them all, and it sucks that I got sick around the time because I wanted to cover it. We're not stopping though, and I'll be covering the winners of the Romania Pro. I don't know if there's a U.S. show, but we'll be covering that in men's physique and all the news, and if anything else crazy happens. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed the Mr. Olympia video, because I did. And yeah, take care.